All right, handicap 2. He starts off by not taking the third corner. That is very interesting. We'll get to the game as soon as I have some time here to do whatever. My move, yes. So, yeah, this way. So I'm gonna have to see, like, more people are interested in the handicap games than the even games, because obviously handicap games, the other side has a much better chance of winning, and I guess people don't like watching one-sided games. That move is okay. Actually, I sometimes actually like prefer that move over the tuck under. Um, but giving me the other corner, I don't really know what to think about that. I mean, obviously black is still fairly far ahead in my opinion. So to me, it's not that big of a game changer. Black like loses roughly half a point, I think. If okay, that's no good. Black does lose roughly, I think, like half a point here each way. Um, a lot of times people will go with a double Hane these days, but he does not. And I think in this case, I am going to put the clamps down here. And then come up. Okay, I'm going to ignore that right now. And invade down here. This is a little bit well, I mean, this group is fine, so it's not that dangerous, I guess. If I get him to do that, I've already kind of accomplished my goal. I know some of you might think the invasion here might be better, but there is a chance that that actually might die. So that's not going to be the preferred thing. I want to see how he would actually attack that stone. If I don't, uh, okay, yeah, that's that's just getting too greedy. You should jump this way. Should most definitely jump this way. Here I can just go ahead and do this, I believe. These two stones are somewhat weak. He's going to have to do something like that. Um, I think I should just either play P16. That's not good for him. That doesn't actually make much sense. I don't really know what I should play as Ko here. I know I have to connect this if there isn't a Ko, but I don't quite get this particular move. I mean, I guess I could just connect here. It's not that big. I mean, I can just come up here. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't really understand that move. But then again, there are a lot of things I don't really understand, I guess. Not all of them are bad. Like, stuff like this is just really damaging. What? Oh, you can't really do that. I mean, you can. It's just not smart, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. I should do something about this over here, but I'm actually going to just cut this off because I don't actually believe that's really this is not concerning for me. This is really not that concerning for me. He might choose to do that, but I can, if he does that, I can come up this way. I mean, he does get the corner, I'll give you that. And I can't have him, well, I guess like cutting here really doesn't matter all that much. Because those two can definitely be, these three can definitely be sacrificed, which is exactly what I would do if you wanted them. There's still an eye in here, so I'm not overly concerned. I don't understand. I really don't understand these moves all that much. It does force me to jump here, but this doesn't really help him. Yeah, I mean, he did get a lot down here, but giving up all of that is just... I don't know, man. That just doesn't seem all that smart to me. Um, yeah, I don't know. I seriously have doubts about that particular move. I definitely have doubts about that move. This also isn't a good invasion. I don't really know what he's trying to do here. I mean, that's a lot of... that is a whole crap ton of points that he's actually giving me. He is literally giving me those points. Um, and something like this is not going to help him. Because I'm going to eventually just kill all of this as well. Like, he's not getting much down here. There's very few points down here, and he's just giving me all of that directly. I don't think this is a good move. I'll try it, though. Like, there is some danger to this over here. Atari up. I probably should jump, but Atari up. Yeah, there's... Doing some... I just don't know. There is a danger to this move as well. But I'm willing to accept it. And remember, I still have the option to fight this Ko here. For the most part. So I'm actually just going to do this right now. That can actually be pretty big. I don't think that's the biggest move right now, but it can be pretty big. I don't know if there's anything Aji down here, and I don't really want to explore it. Okay, my goal for that thing is actually complete. So there is something I do want to teach here. Okay, yeah, he did answer that one correctly because um, he has to actually that might have not been so good for me. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna do this first. You see, like, there's not that many points for him to actually get over here. So there's something about this I can do. Probably not without damaging stuff here. I don't know if that's good. That's not that big. I think I'm going to close this here. That's a bad move. That's also the wrong move to do there. I'm just going to come over this way. I don't actually care what he does over here. So I do have to... do I have to do that? No, I can just do this. This is fine. So there's a reason I'm not afraid of this. There's a good reason I'm actually not afraid of this. This is alive as soon as I do this, pretty much. So this actually loses a lot of its threat. And this is dead. I actually think this is dead. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, is it? No, I don't care. I think he definitely chose the wrong thing, though. This is the wrong way to play. This particular one, he's still dead here, by the ways. I think there was a play here where this wasn't dead, but now it's dead. When Liberties tighten around plays like this, there's always like the chance to kill someone based on Liberties like this. This is not going to work. I can connect here, and it wouldn't matter. I think I'm just going to take this just to make sure I don't have any more mistakes. That probably wasn't the best option, but it's the option I'm going to take because I don't want any more mistakes. I don't want any mistakes. I probably should have connected, honestly, but just gonna do this. He has to respond by blocking that way, by the ways. This I can also do. This is also Sente. Take the run first. This is very big. I think it's slightly bigger than this thing over here. He's gonna play that. This is also really big. I have to do this. Going to retreat here one. Because I don't want him to play the Ko. That's not that big. This is definitely bigger. No. This is better. This is better. That's also not that big. I mean, it's Sente, so I will connect, but it's generally not that big. I'm not going to take risks. I actually don't know if I win in this game. I think I'm ahead. I'm not 100% sure. Like, he does have a little bit of... he does have some territory for sure. Probably not that much, though. He does have this over here. I have this corner over here. It's not bad, taking advantage of all the Sentes. It's what you're supposed to do in a game like this. That's not all that relevant. I'm gonna come up here. It's decently big, I'll give you that. It's Sente, he has to connect. It's what he has to do. See, like, he doesn't have that much territory right now. I might as well. This is fairly large, I think. As is this. This is slightly bigger. That's decent. I mean, that's not really that big. That is, though. I have to connect this because there's two ways there. So, yeah. This might actually be bigger, but nah, this is good. Do I need that? Yeah. Yeah, I do. That's not necessarily... That I don't need to answer this. I'm going to just try to get some of the Sente advantages here. He does need to answer this. This is like, these are critical moves that he needs to answer. There is no question about those moves. That, I don't know if it's Sente or not. He's going to do it anyways, but we'll see. Nah, this is good enough. Okay, that's not that many points. This is fine. Actually, no, I messed up. Snap. Yeah, I have to fix this now. That's not that big because if he takes it, I can just take it backwards. So I'm gonna take this first. I'm gonna block this first. And then I am going to connect this. That's not really a thing. I'm just gonna do that. He doesn't need to do that, but it's fine. That's good. I think we each get like one over here.
You have one.
Yeah, so I'm way ahead in this game. So because he just gave me too much. So let's actually review this game here, because this game is somewhat interesting. This is the only game I can play today, unfortunately. I don't have that much time today, but the review is pretty good. Once again, Handicap 2. I think like handicap games just attract more viewers than the even games I play. So this is okay. This is honestly the Joseki I used to play, but I think it's fallen out in favor of the Joseki basically everyone plays right now, which would obviously be this. Once again, like playing Handicap 2, your first move should be to take the other corner. That's going to be the biggest move. Same thing over here. Generally, I feel like either this or this. So he does that. This is fine. That's not the best move, honestly. I should probably either... This, right now, the best move for white's probably to invade the 3-3. So... So like, yeah, I just wanted to put some pressure on this particular stone. I jumped up, so I'm going to take this time to invade this. Usually I would not do this. I would try to put more pressure on these stones, or just keep jumping out. That actually might be the best. Or even just like playing something more like this. This is just to test his response. And my goal is just to get like a response like this, so I can come up like this. That's not going to be a good move. This is going to be way better. Once again, I think like putting pressure on, like just putting pressure like that, because even if I do this, black can generally live here. It's not that challenging. So, or like, either way, like, or just coming up like this, forcing me to go over here and then attacking these two stones. I think, I actually think this would be my preferred method, like coming up here, letting white get this, and then trying to force attack these two stones somehow. So he does this, lets me get the jump, divide. Then it lets me get this. This is not solid territory yet, obviously. That's not a good move. I did do the right move here. I was thinking of like doing this or just going down, but realistically, this is not too bad. Atari. This, to me, this doesn't make much sense, but I don't know. Maybe it's better than this. It's hard to say because leaving yourself open and having to fight the ko is not good. Moves like this are always damaging because I understand you're trying to fight the ko, but you completely take like something like this out of the equation. You completely take something like this out of the equation later. You can't do this right now, obviously, but later when this gets strengthened, you could possibly play J16 and get all the bottom territory. Obviously, like doing something like this takes it completely out, and that's why it's generally a pretty damaging ko. I come up here, he does this, I'm going to jump up, he goes there, I'm going to take back. Yeah, that's not good. Like this stone is incredibly big because A, it solidifies my shape, and B, like I can easily like kind of decimate this kind of shape. So this is not going to be nearly as big. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. He's going to take that. Yes, this leaves my corner in a bit of a scuffle, but the thing is, like, I can always just take this stone and live. So he does that. I'm going to go ahead and ram this through because this solidifies my territory, makes this group really strong, and I'm not really that concerned about this group. Like, if he does this, I'm more than capable of just coming out this way and trading in that way. Maybe not the most favorable outcome for white, but a decent outcome for white. The other thing is like, so he's going to Atari this way. I'm going to block. I'm going to do that. That's not bad. That's actually the right move. That's sort of the right move. But that's not the right move. Like this is already kind of dead in here. Like I can't actually do all that much here. So forcing me here would actually be the right move. Forcing me here would actually be the right move. I think like for me, I might opt to do, well, I guess this wouldn't really, the thing is like, if you do this, like it's pretty hard for me to make any eyes. I do have to make an eye somehow. And I'm not really sure how I can actually do that at this point. So definitely like after you've done this and I've connected, you can come up this way and maybe even kill this entire group. Because once you're in the range to kill this entire group, like once you are actually in the range to actually kill this entire group, like all you have to really consider is like, can white actually live down here? And it's pretty obvious. I think it's fairly obvious that white might have a chance to do something like this, but at best this is playing the ko to stay alive, and that's not favorable towards white. So that's why this move is better than this, because this essentially gives me a free move. Once again, if he does this, I'm just going to sacrifice these stones, obviously. So he can't actually cut there. But just because you can't cut doesn't mean you take away all chances of cutting in the future. So once again, this is bad because it takes away other options later. And it doesn't really hurt white. You don't need to connect this. There's no weakness here. Your bottom group's alive. And this stone isn't really all that big anyways. So that's a little bit of a wasted move. Lets me jump out. Come out here. I feel like here I should have attacked this stone. I do feel like I should have attacked this stone, actually. That doesn't make any sense, because like this group is very strong, and if you want to try to run this group, then you just get more attacked by white. So that doesn't really make all that much sense to do that right now. This is generally pretty damaging. You're killing out all the Aji over here, and you're giving me a lot of points. This is obvious. These moves, trading these moves are going to seriously favor me. Trading these moves are going to seriously favor me because like my territory that I end up by capturing these over here is going to be way bigger than his territory that he can capture over here. This is, I have a feeling like this might have been better, but I kind of want the points for myself. So that's why I just went ahead and did this. And the thing is, if I do this, I always have the option to do this. So it's really not that much worse, and there's way more points here for me. So that's actually why I did that instead of the other one. I was thinking of this, but right now is just not the time to pull the trigger on something like this. It would basically, I think it would maybe create another group that weak group that I didn't want to deal with right now. So that's always something for later. So here, later on, black always kind of has this move. If white does this, black obviously can just come through. But the other thing is, like, right now, white would probably not do that. White would probably do this right now. But, you know, like, this can still give white a lot of trouble because white actually has to live this group. So it's not like, you know, like, this move isn't, like, massively great or anything. But the thing is, like, now since you've answered this move, I'm not really all that concerned. Because let's say you do this move now. I am pretty comfortable. I would actually be pretty comfortable at this point, just kind of like giving you the stone at this point, honestly. Be perfectly comfortable in just giving you the stone. And plus there's Aji down here, so you probably don't, I don't know if you would actually want to use it. So once, like, you know, once you do this, like, now you basically have an extra move to kill the stone. Now I'm not so concerned about it because now the value of the stones dropped tremendously since you put an extra move in there. I take that. He's going to connect, which is all I was looking for. I'm going to do this to see what he does. Atari. And then I'm going to take these advantages first. You see I'm just like carving out more and more advantages here. Like I'm up like 9 points right now. That's a very bad move because that isn't very many points. And the thing is, like, you let me destroy some of this territory. This is not a good move because it takes this out of the equation. You have to remember, like, when you're playing, like, your opponent always has the opportunity to sacrifice stones. Because, like, you know, like, yeah, you can do this, but, which is what he did, but this doesn't help you. It's Gote. And it gives white another move. So, obviously, like, this doesn't really help him. It basically gives me another move, and it allows me to destroy more territory over here. And he didn't really gain anything over here except for this one stone. So gains and losses wise, you know, it's not good. This is something that you just have to, like, something like this, honestly. So I think he's just dead at this point. I think he's dead at this point. Like, I don't really see. Yeah, this is still dead. So there's actually nothing here. So this is essentially just dead. I don't really know what. Yeah, this is just dead. Like, you wouldn't do this because it just doesn't make things any better for him. So the thing is here, I think I might have been better off connecting, but I just wanted something clean, so I just took it. And, you know, like, that just changes the game from, like, +9 to, like, +24 for me. And essentially, like, yeah, I eked out a couple more points here because I think, like, this is a little bit bigger than this. Then I got some advantages playing down here, but overall by this time the game is actually over. So a lot of, like, the essential mistakes. I think, like one thing I do notice down here, like 5-6Q, that's different from, like, Dan players is, like, the strategic value of move, like the value of moves, like the judgment of value of moves is definitely not as good because either playing here or playing here, like, you can, like, a Dan player can tell, like, you know, like, trading this for this, like, white just gets a better shape. Whereas, like, if you play up here, you're separating these two and possibly attacking these two, and these are still under threat, so he can't just jump, because if he jumps, you know, you can do something like this and it's not very good for white. And this thing is like, this is not, it's not, this group's really not under threat. This group is not that hard to live. So make alive. So thing is like critical key moves, like stuff like this, you know, this is where like white ekes out the little advantages. Like the calculation thing here with the 3 stones as well, but like, you know, little mistakes, like stuff like that, that is a pretty damaging move for black. So it's like little things, it's things like that that you basically have to gauge like what is worth like X number of points. And here, I think if I was black, I would just go here, maybe, and then like have white connect and then come up here. So, you know, like like certain sequences, you need to kind of read out and see like what's good for you and what's good for them. And of course, like, you know, plays like K16, you do have to realize that's costing you in the future as well. So it's very like it's very small things like that. It's small things like that a lot of the time that like when they add up, I eventually just pull back the 2 or 3 stones that I'm actually giving in terms of handicap. So that's the lesson for today. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. I will be back hopefully tomorrow, and I will see you guys.